Consider the case of a body which is rolling without slipping on an inclined plane. First we draw the figure. Suppose this is the inclined plane which makes angle theta with the horizontal, and on this plane a body is placed which is rolling without slipping. First we mark the forces acting on the body. This is the weight mg which is acting downward, and a normal force perpendicular to the plane is N. Because body is rolling without slipping, so friction force is present which avoids the slipping of the body, and this friction force is acting in upward direction. And on resolving the weight in two perpendicular components, one component is along the horizontal plane, another is perpendicular to the plane. Angle of the perpendicular component with the vertical is theta. So component is mg cos theta along the angle, and another component mg sin theta is along the inclined plane. First, the normal reaction force get balanced by the mg cos theta because there is no motion along this direction. Second is, for linear motion along the inclined plane, mg sin theta is acting on the body minus friction force. This causes the acceleration in the body, so it is equal to ma. This is the equation number 2. This is the friction force because three forces mg sin theta, normal, and the mg cos theta, all these three forces are acting at the center of mass, so they have zero torque. Only torque created by the friction will be responsible for the rotational motion of the body. Therefore, force F and its distance from the center of mass is radius of the body, that is capital R. It will be equal to the moment of inertia into angular acceleration. This is equation number 3. And equation number 4 is relation between the linear acceleration and the angular acceleration, which we know that A equal to alpha into R. Now we use these four equations to calculate the number 1 acceleration A and number 2 friction force F. So using the equation number 2, which is mg sin theta minus F equal to ma, so we have to first replace this F. So this implies that mg sin theta minus F. From equation number 3, we can calculate that F equal to I alpha by R, and replacing the value of alpha from the equation number 4, we will have I by R into A by R, that is equal to I into A by R square. So replacing this value of small f, that is the friction, we will have IA by R square equal to ma. Also we can write moment of inertia of a body in terms of the radius of gyration is equal to m into k square, where k is the radius of gyration. Therefore, the equation becomes mg sin theta minus m into k square into a by r square equal to ma. Here m is common in all three terms, so remaining will be g sin theta minus k square by r square into a equal to a. Now this term is taken on right hand side, so we will have g sin theta will be equal to a plus k square by r square into a. So it will give g sin theta is equal to, taking the a common, we will have 1 plus k square by r square. So finally, we will have acceleration is equal to g sin theta by 1 plus k square by r square. This is the acceleration of the rolling body on the inclined plane if the friction is F. Now, using this value of the acceleration, we can calculate the friction force. So friction force will be equal to, now we use the relation which we have calculated, F equal to I into A by R square, and I is mk square divided by R square into, and acceleration is g sin theta by 1 plus k square by R square. So it will be equal to mg sin theta into k square by R square divided by 1 plus k square by r square. Now we divide numerator and denominator by k square by r square. We will have mg sine theta into dividing numerator and denominator by k square by r square. So it will be 1 divided by 1 by k square by r square plus 1. So we will finally have friction will be equal to mg sine theta divided by r square by k square plus 1, or further we can write it as f equal to mg sine theta divided by 1 plus r square by k square. So these two expressions are important. On these two we have different numericals for which these formulae we have to remember. So using the formula of the acceleration, we can calculate the velocity of the rolling body when it reaches at the ground after starting from the rest. So for the linear motion, we consider equation of motion, which is v square equal to u square plus 2as. This implies that v square at the velocity at the ground will be equal to 0 plus 2 into, and acceleration, linear acceleration is g sine theta by 1 plus k square by r square. And distance, suppose traveled by the body is s. So we can write it is 2g s sine theta by 1 plus k square by r square. Suppose this was the inclined plane, which is having the angle theta with the horizontal, and body start to roll from the point when speed is 0, and it covers the distance on the inclined plane and reaches at the ground with the velocity v. So from this right angle triangle, we can say that sine theta is equal to perpendicular oblique hypotenuse, and this perpendicular is h. This is the height at which the ball was placed. So this is h by, and hypotenuse is s. Therefore, h will be equal to s into sine theta. So we can replace this s sine theta by height of the body or height of the inclined plane. So this will be equal to 2gh 1 plus k square by r square. So this formula will be used to calculate the velocity of the body at the ground. So v will be equal to square root of 2gh by 1 plus k square by r square. We have to remember the ratio of the k square by r square, that is the square of the radius of gyration and the radius of the rotating body, to solve the many of the problems. We are giving some important results here. This is k square by r square. We know that moment of inertia of the body is mk square. M is the mass of the body and k is the radius of gyration. And it will be equal to, suppose we take the ring. For ring, this value is mr square. If we take the disc, this value is half mr square. If we take a sphere, this value is 2 by 5 mr square. Similarly, if we take a cylinder, and this cylinder is a solid cylinder, then this value will be half mr square. And if we take a hollow cylinder, this value will be mr square. So on comparing, we see that the multiplier of the mr square, this is 1, and here is also 1. This multiplier is the ratio of the k square by r square. So we have to remember that k square by r square is 1 for ring, for hollow cylinder. Similarly, this value is half for disc, solid cylinder. Similarly, 2 by 5 for sphere. Friction for the body which is rolling without slipping is F equal to mg sine theta divided by 1 plus r square by k square. Because the point of contact is at rest for the case when body is rolling without slipping, therefore this F is the static friction. So condition for the pure rolling, that means rolling without slipping, is that this friction force should be less than or equal to maximum static friction force, and this maximum static friction force is mu s into normal reaction, and we have found that normal reaction is mg cos theta. Now substituting the value of the friction F and the normal reaction, we will have mg sin theta divided by 1 plus r square by k square is less than equal to mu s into mg cos theta. On both sides mg are common, so they get cancelled. This implies that sin theta by 1 plus r square by k square is less than equal to mu s cos theta, or we can write mu s cos theta is greater than equal to sin theta by 1 plus r square by k square, and on taking the cos theta on right hand side we will have mu s is greater than equal to tan theta by 1 plus r square by k square. This is the condition for the rolling without slipping, that is pure rolling.